Okay, we are on. We're just getting set up with Facebook here. And okay, it's going. How are you? Okay. All right. I think we are on. Here. Back to our Zoom. Okay, welcome. We are live with part 2. I am so excited of our Healthy Through the Holidays series. And today we have a very special guest. Michelle Barnett is with us. I'm going to read her bio for everybody that's tuning in here. Michelle Barnett lives in Tyler, Texas, with her husband Brian and daughter Brooklyn, who just turned 19 months old. She got her degree at Oklahoma State University and started her career in advertising and marketing. Just 3.5 years into her career, Michelle was introduced to the concept of whole food nutrition, and her life has never been the same. Her passion for wellness led her to becoming a holistic health coach. She owned a health coaching company for 4 years and now loves educating people on the power of plants and healing and overall health. She has been plant-based for almost 8 years. That's huge, Michelle. And is raising her daughter plant-based too. As a mom, she's passionate about helping families stay well through simple steps that anyone can do. And today we are going to hear from Michelle with her tips for getting us through the holidays. So Michelle, with that, I will turn this over to you.
All right. Thank you, Melissa. I'm so honored to be here today and just excited to share my story and tips with you all. It really is my passion to help other women and moms keep their families healthy during this time of year, because we are kind of the gatekeepers usually as far as health goes. So I'm going to jump in and share my story with you guys. And sorry in advance, I have a toddler. You might hear her in the background. She's with dad, but just giving you a heads up. And I also wanted to say, I thought about fixing my hair today for the call, but then I realized like real mom life is when you have a toddler, the messy bun is like just life. So I have a little cute headband in and it's good, right? So I feel you. I haven't had a shower today and that's totally fine. So I'm going to start with my story. Growing up, I remember taking antibiotics frequently. I remember having strep throat year after year. I remember having chronic allergies that required weekly allergy shots. I had frequent sinus infections that left my head feeling like a balloon. And I remember even getting walking pneumonia one year when I was in elementary school. And so let's just say I didn't have the healthiest childhood. So when I became a young adult and I was introduced to the power of whole food nutrition and how it can heal our bodies and really change how our bodies function, I was blown away to know there were things that I could have done if my mom had known that would have alleviated many of my symptoms and greatly reduced my chances of getting sick. That lit a fire in me. I wanted to know how to get well and stay well for myself, but also for my future children. And I wanted other families to know that chronic sickness is not the norm, and it doesn't have to be the norm. So fast forward a couple of years or several years, my interest in nutrition grew, and I just kept learning, kept consuming. I became a certified health coach because I wanted to know how to help people more on this journey. And I partnered with the incredible Juice Plus company to provide tools and education for others who wanted to take back control of their health. So now I've been in the wellness field, helping others just like you guys who are watching get out of the sickness rut and enjoy more wellness. And because ultimately, I believe if you don't have your health, you don't have much. Now, as a mom of a toddler, I call her a Tavy. She's a toddler baby. She's 19 months old. I'm constantly learning things that are working to keep our family well. And even during the crazy cold flu season right now, where all those things are rampant, I see on Facebook every day people that are coming down with the cold, flu, etc. So I'm excited to share with you today. I can't promise that you won't get sick, but I can assure you that the things that I'm going to share today, the tips that I'm going to share, are going to give your body the best fighting chance to kick any sickness that comes your way and help you not get fully down with sickness. So these are some things that I'm excited about that have been working for me and for other mom friends, and I love sharing them. So get ready, get a pen and paper. You're going to want to write these things down. Some of them you may already do, and some might be brand new to you. So here are my top 8 tips for keeping toddlers well this season. Okay, my first one is something I'm really excited about because it's kind of a newer thing for my daughter. So my first tip is to make your kids, your toddlers, preschoolers, elementary school kids, make them apple cider vinegar warm lemonade. I know you're probably thinking like, oh my gosh, my kid's not going to drink that. Apple cider vinegar is gross. But hear me out. So apple cider vinegar is helpful whenever you're coming down with a cold or flu or something, because it helps to thin out the mucus in your body, which builds into an overly thick substance when you're sick. Hello, your kids aren't able to breathe out of their nose. There's green goop coming, out. And secondly, even though apple cider vinegar tastes really acidic, it's actually really alkaline, and it helps to keep your body pH balanced. And this gives your immune system, the best capabilities of fighting off bacteria and sickness. So there's a lot of amazing properties in apple cider vinegar. You're going to want to buy organic apple cider vinegar. And you're also going to want to buy one that has the mother. We use the Bragg brand of apple cider vinegar. Trader Joe's also has one. Okay, lemon juice. You're going to add lemon juice. I'm going to give you the recipe in a moment. But lemon juice loosens up the stuffiness and the congestion. It also is high in vitamin C. And so if you're taking it during your cold, consistently putting it in, it's going to help your body fight off whatever it is you're dealing with. And then we do honey. So honey soothes the sore throat and helps make the taste more bearable. So this is a recipe I've been doing personally as an adult for years. And anytime that I'm sick, I do it in the morning first thing, and I do it in the evening before I go to bed. And it's just been a game changer for me. And so I'll give you the recipe. It's 6 to 8 ounces of warm water, 1/2 lemon squeezed, 1 teaspoon of organic apple cider vinegar with the mother, like I said, 1 teaspoon of raw local honey, and then you mix all that together. And then I add ice cubes to cool it down for my daughter. And this has really just been a great go-to for us. And one day I was drinking it myself, and what made me think to give it to my daughter was she always wants what I drink or what I eat, or, that's how toddlers are. So she wanted some of my drink. And so I poured a little bit into her sippy cup, and I was shocked to realize that she actually liked it. And so ever since this, immediately when I noticed that she has a runny nose or any kind of cold symptoms, I start her on this apple cider vinegar drink, and it becomes a daily regimen until her nose clears up. And really it helps keep other symptoms at bay. And if I can keep her with just a runny nose and nothing else, that is a win for me as a mom. So I'm going to show you, this is the cup I use, and I fill it like almost all the way full, and I put some ice cubes in it, and then she drinks on it like throughout the morning. So it usually takes her a few hours to finish it. But if she loves it, I call it her special drink. As a mom, you just got to name things, something that they're going to get excited about. This is her special drink. And that's something that you guys can use when you're starting to notice sickness in your toddlers. And if your toddler doesn't love the taste, you can add more lemon, or you can add a little bit more honey, or you can add less apple cider vinegar. Just kind of play around with that mixture. So that's my tip number 1, warm apple cider vinegar lemonade. Okay, my second tip is probably not the most glamorous part of my job as a mom, but it is using saline spray and booger suckers. That's the technical term. Yes, booger suckers. And this is what I do when her nose starts running. If it's clear or otherwise, we start using the saline spray twice a day. We use it in the morning and when she wakes up, and then we use it at night before she goes to bed. And then we follow immediately with the nose Frida booger sucker. You can use the little ball thing as well, but this seems to work better. And let me tell you, I was really grossed out by this the first year of her life. I made my husband do it because I just couldn't, I just was like picturing it going into my mouth, because you actually suck on it, but it has this little filter. It's not going to go in your mouth. And now I am able to do it. I did it this morning. So you can do hard things. But basically the saline spray really helps move the mucus to the front of the nose, making it easier to remove the snot with the aspirator or booger sucker, if you want to be technical. And then also using daily saline spray. Like we use it sometimes when she's not sick or, like this time of year, because it keeps the nasal passages clean and moisturized, and just kind of helps prevent sickness. So this nose Frida actually came with the saline spray, but you can get this at Target, on Amazon, or pretty much any baby store has it. And to me, it works better than kind of the nose suction bulbs. And I found that if I let my daughter hold it up to her nose, then she's more likely to let me do it. So that's just a tip for you guys. Okay, my third tip is vitamin D. So our kind of ritual or routine is really to make a point to get outside most days for at least 15 minutes to soak up the sunshine. It's easy to get in with a quick walk outside. We love just walking around the neighborhood or playing in the backyard or going to the park. But I know I live in Texas and Melissa's in California, and so it's easier for us to get some vitamin D than maybe for some of you guys, right? So if you live in the northern states where it's really cold or you have limited sun exposure in the winter, you may want to consider some vitamin D supplementing for your kids during the winter. And studies suggest that the sunshine vitamin D, can really help reduce the risk of respiratory infections, including the cold and flu. So find a way to get more vitamin D into your kiddos. So that's number 3. My fourth tip for you guys is kind of the opposite of what I've been telling you to do. My first 3 were really, these are things you need to add. Well, my fourth tip is things you need to remove from your diet to help you get well faster and stay well. So avoiding dairy and sugar is my fourth tip. Dairy and sugar are not only some of the most inflammatory foods that you can eat, they also make it harder to stay well. Dairy causes the body to produce more mucus, which is not something you need if you already are having that runny nose and congestion. And sugar is known to impair your immune function for up to 4 hours after eating it. So why do you think we really get sick this time of year, right? We call it cold and flu season, but I have to think that it should really be called sugar season, right? The one thing most people do between Halloween and New Year's is increase their sugar intake. And this is just, a natural cycle of our year, but to be aware that when you are exposed to sickness or when you're starting to get sick or you notice it in your kiddos, just eliminating dairy and sugar during that period that you're starting to feel sick and while you're sick is going to allow your body to have the best chance to fight it off. So avoiding dairy and sugar is tip number 4 for you guys. Okay, tip number 5. This is probably my favorite tip because it's been a part of my regimen the longest, pretty much for the last 10 years. So my tip number 5 is incorporating the Juice Plus whole food capsules and chewables. So these have been my prevention and wellness go-tos for 10 years. If you aren't familiar with Juice Plus, it's basically 30 vine-ripened, organically grown fruits and veggies that are blended, crushed, and dried. So it's concentrated raw fruits and vegetables. They have the skin, the seed, the pulp, and these plant powders are put into a convenient capsule or chewable to make it easy to get in this great nutrition every single day. So when I realized that my family could get the benefits of Mother Nature's pharmacy in a capsule form, it was an easy decision to switch from multivitamins that are synthetic, because Juice Plus is backed by almost 40 gold standard research studies that prove that it reduces inflammation and it balances the immune system. So flooding my body with these alkaline foods through Juice Plus is truly what turned around my chronic allergies and my sinus issues. So I know that for me, it was important to get my daughter started on this whole food nutrition at an early age. So when I was pregnant, I took Juice Plus during my pregnancy, and then for breastfeeding, because I wanted her to get it from the time her cells were developing, and the growth of her body, I wanted her to have that firm foundation. And then at 7 months old, we started opening the capsules. I'll show you guys. These are the fruit capsules. These are the veggies. We have a berry blend, which is a high antioxidant. It has elderberry, which is really a great antioxidant this time of year. And then we have omegas. So we started opening the capsules into her food at 7 months, or we would open it into her mouth like a little baby bird. She loved it. So this is the veggie capsule. They're not super big, and they're really easy to open. And we would just put it in her food, and she started getting all this great nutrition, things that we probably weren't going to prepare for her to eat, like beets and, kale every day. We weren't probably making that in her baby food, but she was getting it every day through Juice Plus. You can also put the plant powders into baby food. You can pour it into smoothies for older kids, applesauce, yogurt. There's a lot of options to get it into your kiddos. And then there's also a chewable form. So once your kids have teeth and they're able to start chewing foods, you can either keep giving them the capsules. So at probably 13 or 14 months, Brooklyn started chewing up the capsules, and she just loves them. Like, she thinks it's candy. And so I'm just continuing to give her the capsules, but she also gets the chewables too. And so kind of depends on how your kiddos are and what they like, but you can get this in them in a multiple variety of ways. And that's really one I wanted to share with you guys, because anytime she gets a runny nose, anytime she's not feeling well, we just double up on our Juice Plus capsules. And I love that I have peace of mind giving her extra, because it's just a food. It has a food label, has a nutrition facts label, and that's different. If you look on multivitamins, they have a supplement facts label. And this gave me peace of mind knowing that it's safe, it's beneficial. It's just like giving her extra green beans or giving her extra carrots. It's not going to make her sick. It's going to actually be better for her than something like an Emergen-C, because you have the whole symphony of nutrients in these capsules that you get from the fruits and vegetables. So my favorite aspect of Juice Plus is really the preventative nature. We take these all year long as a daily way to support our immune systems, improve our gut health, and really bridge the gaps between what we do eat and what we should eat. Because let's be honest, no one's perfect, especially if a toddler. Your diet's definitely not going to be perfect. So this gives me a lot of peace of mind as a mom. And so far, we haven't had any sick visits with Brooklyn, no antibiotics for her ever. And I haven't had any sick visits in the last 9 years. So super grateful for that. And this is something that can really be a blessing for your family. So that's tip number 5. We're moving right along. My next tip for you guys is maybe something that you're already doing, but I like to mention it anyways, is it's really for your home. It's diffusing oils. I think oils can play a great role in our health. And so we like to diffuse thieves, or I think there's another brand that has the same kind of concentration, called On Guard by doTERRA. And anytime we have friends over, especially with kids, or we're having play dates, I always have some oils diffusing just to kind of amp up prevention. The Thieves and On Guard, they're antiviral, antibacterial, antiseptic, antifungal, and really just a great way to make your home smell good. And it's safer for toddlers, because there's not the danger of lighting candles. And, I don't know about you, but I feel like every week my daughter gets into something new, because she's growing and her arms are getting longer. And I'm like, how did you reach that? And so I'm nervous to have candles this season. And so I'm really kind of going more towards the oils in a diffuser, which also has the medicinal properties too. So that's the win-win. Okay, tip number 7. We're almost to the end. Tip number 7 is super simple. You guys 100% are all doing this on a regular basis, but it's giving your kids a warm bath. This is such an easy thing to do. My daughter loves bath time, and anytime she's congested or not feeling well, I just stick her in a warm bath. and it really gets the snot flowing and makes it easier to use the nose Frida. So if you're having trouble getting some of the congestion out, put them in a warm bath, and then try using the saline spray and the nose Frida after the bath, because it's probably going to be easier just to clear things out. So super simple. You're probably already doing it, so keep it up. And then my last tip is really a super easy one as well. And it's something that I just hadn't thought of. But one of my super smart nurse practitioner friends who has 4 kids shared this with me. And it's something that she does to help prevent the spread of germs and bacteria with her kiddos. And it's just keeping your kids' fingernails clipped short and trimming them often. Like, that just like blew my mind. I'm like, wow, kids, toddlers especially, they're always putting their hands in their mouth. They're always touching things. They're always having their hands. I give my daughter a spoon to eat her food with, and then she starts shoveling it in with her fingers. It's just, that's what kids do. And so if you can keep their nails trimmed, it's going to reduce the amount of germs and bacteria that are harbored underneath the nails, and hopefully less will get transferred to them and they can stay more well. So those are my 8 tips. I'll just review the highlights for each one really quick. Warm apple cider vinegar lemonade. This is just a staple anytime you start to get sick. Saline spray and the booger sucker. It's a great way to help your toddler feel better by getting all that congestion out. Vitamin D, it's going to help all these other things work better together. Get outside or find a great supplement that's bioavailable, easily absorbed. Avoid dairy and sugar. Anytime you're sick, it's just going to make things worse. So try to eliminate those things whenever you are getting sick. Adding in Juice Plus whole food capsules or chewables. This is just an all year long, no-brainer, proven way to support your immune system and your kiddos. And I didn't mention earlier, but kids can get it for free. Once your kids turn 4, so right before they go off to school, they can start getting Juice Plus chewables or capsules for free with an adult order. So that's a really cool program that we have. And then number 6 is diffusing oils, just having that extra layer of protection. 7 is a warm bath. And then 8 is keeping their fingernails clipped short so that they can stay well. So Melissa, that's all I got for you guys.
Oh, Michelle, this was so great. And it's so helpful. And there's like, because that's the thing, you're constantly learning. And I think that the best mamas are mamas that share what works for them, right? Like, why keep a good thing a secret? So I'm so appreciative that you took the time to put that together for us today, and that this is in a shareable format so that we can pass it along to our friends, which is so wonderful. So thank you, thank you, thank you. We want to invite anybody that was on today to reach out to the person who invited you to this to get more information about Juice Plus if that's something that you're curious about. And we also want to invite you guys to the remainder of our series. I'm going to go ahead and share my screen right now so you guys can see the invitation. And here it is. Hopefully that's clear for everyone. And this is our next series. So we have 2. We just completed 2. We have the third one is we're going to take a week off next week for Thanksgiving. Hopefully everyone will have a wonderful holiday. And we're going to come back on December 4th with Michaela Peterson, who is a pharmacist. She's going to share her top 10 tips to stay out of the pharmacy this season, which is kind of cool. And then followed by Leanne Harris, who is a radiology specialist, and she has a whole whole presentation on stress-saving tips, which is going to be a really big one, I think, for a lot of people, especially at that time of the season. And then the last but not least is our special Dr. Bill Sears, who is America's pediatrician. He has written over 39 books. He is going to come and share his 50 years of wisdom in medical practice and pediatrics with us, and really speak to the point of what the healthiest families do to stay well in the winter months. So with that, I want to just wrap it up and again say, Michelle, thank you so much. I love and adore you so, so very much. And I'm so grateful to be able to partner with you on this. And I love watching Brooklyn grow up. You are such an energetic and awesome mama, and it's been so much fun.
Thank you.
So with that, thank you everybody for tuning in, and we wish you a happy and healthy holiday season.
Bye.
Stop. Bye.